Louisiana Beer Reviews Pontoon Brewing's Coal Runnings Coal Style Ale. This beer has 323 check-ins on Untapped. It's not listed on Beer Advocate, and Rate Beer has one review. This Coal Style Ale is coming in at 5.4% alcohol, 40 to 45 degrees serving temperature. This ale is a product of Georgia. And this is the first video review for this product in the world. And I bought this at Mathern's, and I think it was $2.99, if I'm not mistaken, for this can. I could find out because I got the receipt back there in that paper trash. Okay. But it wasn't really too expensive because I wouldn't pay a whole lot for a Kolsch style beer. Most American Kolsch beers I try aren't any good. Sunner Kolsch and Reisdorf Kolsch from Germany, those are great. Have been a few in the United States that were good, but typically I'm disappointed. Spilt a little bit on the side, I believe. Oh, good. It was on the inside of the glass where it was running down. Okay, so it's a thick, slightly off-white head. The appearance is hazy yellow or hazy gold, depending on how the light's hitting it. Some bubbles streaming, just a few little lazy bubbles. Heavy carbonation here. Okay. Aroma. Kind of like fermented grains, you know what I mean? Like bread, dough, bread, but baked bread. Kind of like a little beer sourness in there. I don't mean like a sour beer that you typically think of sour beer, which are usually more really tart than sour. The Berliner Weisses will be sour because we have that like that sour milk thing going. That's what when I think of sour, that's what I think of, not tart. But that's a point of controversy, I guess. Let's go with the taste. I've heard people say, don't pour the beer with the head so thick, you have to wait for it to go down and taste it. You don't have to wait for the head to go down and taste the beer. The liquid's going to run up right underneath that foam, like it just did. This has a nice crackery, biscuity malt taste. Sort of a European ale. Say like the western part of Germany. Or near Cologne. Cologne. Well, Georgia was ruled by a European country, Great Britain. This is made in Georgia, so a very tenuous connection. It's sort of a spongy foam now, which is good. It's got good head retention, and it's going to be thick lacing. This is a quality. Usually, that's indicative of a quality product. And these beautiful Tabasco glasses, I have 4 of them. Somebody gave these to me, I think. I can't remember. If I remember, the person had them and they said that they had paid like $1 for all 4. You know, like some yard sale or something, and they're like, you want them? I say, yeah, of course. And I haven't broken any yet. Medium body, crisp finish. Kolsch is a hybrid style, basically an ale that's meant to taste crisp like a lager, but without going through the long lagering process, which lagers are more expensive to make than ales typically. And more difficult because of the quality control, like they expose flaws. When you got a dark ale that's flavored with chocolate and coffee and nutmeg and cinnamon and all these things, you're going to focus on the adjunct, the flavors, which are adjuncts, they're not fermentable adjuncts, so like corn or rice, but you know what I'm saying? So it kind of misdirects you maybe from flaws. Doesn't always work. Something light like a coal stove, relatively light, is not going to hide errors too easily. I would have to do a blind taste test to say, oh yeah, it's just as good as Reisdorf and Sundner. From memory, it is close to them, if not equal to them. Pontoon typically gets the job done on quality. Do they have some duds? They have some duds, but it's not common. Most of my experience with them has been favorable and pleasant, and that's why I continue to buy their products. I think the other company, thinking of another company, Wild Leap from Georgia, wasn't in love with much of their stuff. Red Brick or Atlanta Brewing Company, they make good products. We don't see them anymore. I don't know what's going on with them. Terrapin, big mass production craft style company, yeah. Well, what I've had has been nice. I can get variety packs at Walmart. Sweetwater, yeah, I can still see their stuff around and very pleased with them. They're not erudite craft beer, they're more like mass appeal craft beer. Pontoon tends to be that way too. Some people look down on that, like say, you've sold out. You want all these millions of people to drink your beer. I guess that would be the goal, to sell a lot, but maybe people have different ideas about business, that it's more successful when only a few people know about it, and that availability is extremely limited, but I don't think I agree with that. Bitterness is moderate, say 2.5 out of 5 hop cones. Sweetness is moderate, 2 out of 5 sugar cubes. The international enjoyment units are high. I'm going to score it an A, 90. Yeah, 94 out of 100. They're saying 75 on Untapped, which is good for Untapped. Untapped has a different scale. We think of 75 like, you made a C on your test? You don't know anything about geography. But their 75 is be more like what we would think of at 85. Okay, if not higher, but probably 85. Really enjoyable. I hope that Pontoon later in the year has a pumpkin, some Oktoberfest style pumpkin stouts, imperial stouts, peanut butter stouts, talking about flavoring coffee stouts, nutmeg stouts, hazelnut stouts. And imperial porters and Baltic porters and all that. I was trying to see if a swish and pour would reveal any sediment. That's why I was kind of stalling. I'm trying to do that. Okay. That's a moose-like head. That's a really good sign. Yes, as I suspected, you can see that cloud, a descending cloud, so it's not totally filtered. Oh, yeah. It's probably not going to change the taste, but it's something to see. Okay, so Les Bon Temps Relais, a most excellent ale from Georgia, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all, go to Georgia and tour the Pontoon Brewing Company's brewery.